Welcome to the Frost and Sullivan Growth Podcast. For years, compliance was often viewed as a necessary burden, a series of audits, spreadsheets, documentation, and regulatory checklists. But that's changing. Today, compliance automation is becoming a strategic business capability. Organizations are using AI, continuous monitoring, and unified governance platforms not just to meet regulatory requirements, but to strengthen resilience, improve decision-making, and build stakeholder trust. Let's begin with the bigger picture. Compliance has traditionally been seen as a back-office function. Why has it suddenly become such a strategic priority?
That's a great place to start. The business environment has become far more complex. Organizations today operate across multiple cloud environments, comply with dozens of regulatory frameworks, manage growing cybersecurity risks, and are beginning to govern AI systems as well. Managing all of that manually simply isn't sustainable. Compliance automation gives organizations continuous visibility into their compliance posture while reducing manual effort. More importantly, it transforms compliance from a periodic audit exercise into an ongoing governance capability that supports business resilience, operational agility, and customer trust.
So compliance is no longer just about avoiding penalties. It's becoming an enabler of better business decisions. Many people still picture compliance as collecting evidence before an audit. How is today's approach different?
The difference is dramatic. Traditional compliance relied heavily on spreadsheets, manual evidence collection, and periodic reviews. Modern compliance platforms operate continuously. They automatically collect evidence, validate controls, monitor risks in real time, and generate insights across multiple regulatory frameworks. Artificial intelligence adds another layer by identifying potential compliance gaps, predicting risks, and recommending corrective actions before issues become serious. Instead of preparing for audits once or twice a year, organizations are essentially audit-ready every day.
That's a major shift from reactive compliance to continuous assurance. Artificial intelligence is becoming part of almost every enterprise discussion. What role is AI playing in compliance automation?
AI is fundamentally changing how compliance teams operate. It automates evidence collection, maps controls across different frameworks, identifies risks much faster than manual reviews, and provides predictive insights that help organizations prioritize remediation efforts. But AI is also creating new governance requirements. Organizations now need to ensure that AI systems themselves are transparent, secure, and compliant with emerging regulations. So AI has become both the technology enabling compliance and a new area that requires governance.
That's an interesting dynamic. Organizations are using AI to manage compliance while simultaneously governing AI itself. Let's talk about growth. According to Frost and Sullivan's research, where are the biggest opportunities emerging?
Three opportunities stand out. The first is AI native governance. Organizations are looking for platforms that combine continuous monitoring, predictive risk analysis, automated evidence collection, and intelligent control validation. The second is platform consolidation. Rather than managing multiple disconnected compliance tools, enterprises want unified platforms that bring compliance, governance, and risk management together. And finally, we're seeing rapid adoption among mid-market organizations. Compliance automation is no longer limited to large enterprises. Cloud-native businesses and growing organizations are adopting these platforms to simplify certification, improve operational efficiency, and scale governance as they grow.
So we're seeing expansion in both technology capabilities and the customer base. Your research also benchmarks the industry's leading innovators. Without going into every detail, what differentiates today's market leaders?
The leaders all share several common strengths. They've built AI native platforms rather than simply adding automation features later. They provide continuous monitoring instead of point-in-time assessments. They integrate seamlessly with cloud infrastructure, cybersecurity tools, identity platforms, and DevSecOps workflows. Most importantly, they help organizations manage governance holistically rather than treating compliance as an isolated function. That integrated approach is becoming a major competitive differentiator.
So organizations are choosing strategic governance platforms, not standalone compliance software. If you're a CIO, CISO, or compliance leader listening today, what practical advice would you give?
First, adopt platforms designed for continuous compliance rather than periodic audits. Second, consolidate fragmented compliance tools wherever possible. Third, ensure interoperability. Compliance platforms should integrate naturally with cloud environments, cybersecurity solutions, identity systems, and business applications. And finally, success should be measured by business outcomes, not simply regulatory outcomes. The real value comes from reducing operational risk, improving resilience, accelerating audits, and strengthening customer trust.
That's an important distinction. Compliance should create business value, not just regulatory compliance. As we close, what do you believe will define the next phase of this market?
The future belongs to organizations that treat compliance as part of enterprise strategy. Competition is shifting toward AI-driven governance, continuous assurance, and integrated risk management. Organizations that embed compliance into cloud operations, cybersecurity programs, and DevSecOps workflows will be far more agile and resilient. Ultimately, compliance automation is evolving into a platform for enterprise trust. Companies that invest today won't simply meet regulatory requirements. They'll strengthen governance, accelerate digital transformation, and build lasting competitive advantage.
That's a powerful takeaway. Today's discussion highlights that compliance automation has moved well beyond audit preparation. It's becoming a strategic capability that combines AI, continuous monitoring, and unified governance to help organizations manage risk, improve resilience, and support long-term growth. Thanks for joining us on Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. For access to our research, competitive benchmarking, and best practice frameworks, head over to frost.com or email hello@frost.com. We'll be back soon with more to help you stay clear-headed and growth-ready.